How to use Wonderlog. Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing great. In this video, I'll be talking about the platform Wonderlog and how to actually get started using it and how it's actually going to help you. Basically, Wonderlog is a platform that is going to help you plan your trip. So, if you're planning to go on a trip, whether it's going to a different country or whatever, maybe it's a road trip, it's just going to help you plan the entire thing. It's going to have a lot of tools, and I will show you how to use it. And those tools are basically going to help you plan exactly what you're going to be doing in this trip. When it comes to expenses, when it comes to where you'll be going and times, hotels, booking, all of those things. So let's actually just get started and talk about how to, jump into Wonderlog. So first, let's just go to wanderlog.com. And the homepage, you can see more about how it's going to help you in all of those things. But we don't really need all of this to get started. We can just click on sign up or start planning right away. And by the way, they do have an app if you want to use it on your mobile, which I believe is going to be better if you're going to be, on a trip. This way, it's going to be more easier to find right away with your mobile instead of, but you can actually create it with your desktop and then have it work on your mobile as well. Click on Start Planning to actually get started. And now, basically, we will need to fill in a few things which are going to be the basics about our trip. So, for example, where to, you will need to select where you are going to be traveling. So, for example, if it's Dubai, we can just click this and we can just click on the actual place. So, if it's a different city, different country, whatever it may be, just select where you are actually going to go. And then we would want to also add the dates. It's optional, but I highly recommend that you do so. It's going to be more organized if you actually set the dates on when you're actually going to start the trip and when it's actually going to end. So let's just select a start date. Let's say it's from July 1st. Let's make it simple. And then let's just do it's going to be 10 days. So let's do July 10th. And then now we can also add an invite or add our trip mates, whether it's going to be friends or, whoever is going to be traveling with us, we can actually invite them. And you may be wondering why. Because if you actually invite them, you will be able to allow them to edit Wanderlog's trip planning with you. So it's just going to be a little bit easier for you. So if you want to do so, you can just click on invite, but you would want to sign up first, which we will need to do regardless. So just click on start planning and sign up. You can just sign up using your email. I just prefer to sign up with Google. It's just going to be much easier. So I'm actually just going to sign up and get back to you once I'm in the dashboard. So once you finish your signing up process, you should find yourself in a similar page where it's just going to take you through a tour real quick. I'm just going to skip all of this. I don't really need it. I'm just going to show you exactly how to do all of this, so do not worry about it. But, feel free to actually read through the actual tour. So here we have the actual dashboard and planning. We have on the left side AI assistant overview, which is just going to show us more stuff like browsing or exploring places you should go in that specific place that you have selected. We have notes for ourselves. If you want to note a few things down, you can jot them over here. Places to visit and more stuff here. So, and also the itinerary is going to be very useful. Anyway, so we can just get started by adding a few places, or we can just get started by adding the reservation and everything. We can actually get started planning from the actual flight itself. So, for example, we want to actually add the flight. We can just do so by clicking on the flight. First, scroll down to see reservations and attachments. Click on flights, and then we would want to actually sync it with the email that we have received the whole thing, the boarding thing on. But let's say we are done with this. I don't really have an actual ticket, so I can't really do it. But let's say we want to move on to the actual bookings of hotels. We can just click on this one right here, and then we can just click on book hotels. And if you have already booked, you can again just link it to the actual email that you have. But I'm just going to click on book hotels, and here we'd want to select where. Obviously it's going to be Dubai, and then we would want to select the date, which is going to be from uh, again July 1st to 10th. If you want to decrease this and then select a different hotel, maybe in a different city, you can even feel free to do so. So now that we have this, we can actually go ahead and select the type of rooms here. For some reason, it's kind of bugging here, but let's just go back. Okay, great. It's actually bugging. Anyways, so you can, hopefully it's going to be fixed when you actually get there. But you can add it proper, how many people are going to be booking, how many rooms, and so on. Now, to actually add places, we can actually just feel free to actually just search for a specific place. For example, we want to go for the Burj Khalifa, we can just click on the add place, search for it. I know it was at the bottom, but we can actually search for it ourselves, click on it, and it's going to be added to our places to visit. And we can feel free to add as many as we would like. So we can just add this one. We can add this one as well. We can add Dubai Mall, for example. And we can just feel free to add the actual places we want to visit. And if you just go to the actual map, we can see all the places that we have selected. And we can just scroll out of here and we can actually, find a specific place we want to go to, click on it like so, and we can just add to trip, read about it if you want, and you can have it all in here. Now we have the actual notes here as well, where we can actually write some stuff, and we have the budgeting. For the budgeting here is very, very impressive what you can actually do with it. You can actually count the expenses. It's not going to be proper 100% because you don't know exactly how much you're going to be spending, for example, in restaurants, but you can kind of, have an approximate. So we can click on add expense, for example, and we can select an item. If we have booked a place, so for example, this, I believe I added that place, we can actually feel free to add how much it's going to cost, whether it's going to be in dollars or the actual currency of the country. It doesn't really matter. So let's just say it's going to cost, for example, 400. I have no idea how much it's actually going to cost. I'm just going to select this price here. And then we can add a description. But here's something that is very interesting when counting expenses. You can actually select whether it's going to be paid by you or another person if you have added them. And if you have already added a person, we can actually go ahead and choose to split it. So if it's 4 people, we can click on everyone and it's actually going to calculate it and divide it by 4, and you will get the actual thing. So I'm just going to click on don't split for the time being and add that. So you can see for the time being, for only one place is going to be $400. We can add another expense. For example, it's going to be the Dubai Mall. Maybe we'd want to select, you're going to spend $100, for example. You know exactly what you're going to be buying. And again, if you want to split it, you can actually feel free to do so. And this is how to, count for the budgeting. So here's going to be for the budgeting. Now, when it comes to the itinerary, here you can actually select the days here, and you can actually go ahead and feel free to select a specific place you want to go to in each day of the actual trip. So here is going to be day 1. We can just feel free to add the places that we want to go to in that specific day. Not only that, but we can actually go ahead and click on autofill day. So if you have no idea what you're going to be doing, we can just use AI assistant. It's just going to help us out a little bit. So you can see Dubai Mall, Dubai Aquarium, and underwater zoo, and more stuff in one day. They have planned this for us. If you don't like a specific thing, we can just click on the delete and it's just going to be deleted for you. Now this is going to be for day 1. If you want to set up for day 2, again, you can just autofill day. It's going to do the same thing for you. Now you have another option here, which is going to be optimize route, but I believe it's going to be requiring the Wonderlog Pro. If you want to, you can feel free to upgrade, but it's completely up to you and how you want to actually use it. And now we can actually see the rest of the stuff that we can plan for day 2, day 3, and so on. And I believe this is all that you actually need to know. You have your, oh yeah, I forgot that you can actually add your people or your trip mates in here from share, and you can just select whether they're going to only view or can actually edit. Click on copy, and we can just add them. So here's how to do it. And I believe this is really all we need to showcase in this video. So add notes, add the places that you want to actually stay in. If it's a hotel, you can just book them from here. And for some reason, this is just bugging me how I'm not really able to do this. But here we can just select hotel. Let's see a hotel that actually is in here. Okay, I really can't find a hotel here, but anyways, you can. I believe this is just the city. Okay, so I'm really confused on why this is just not allowing me to do this. Anyways, hopefully it's going to be working for you. Click on search, I guess, and you can just select the actual hotel. Maybe here it's actually going to allow us to add the rooms and all of those things. But yeah, just add all the places that you want to go to, the hotels, the budgeting, and you can just feel free to plan your trip like so. This way you have a kind of proper idea of how much it's going to cost overall and how you can actually split it with your trip mates. You can have the notes, you can have the itinerary, which is very great. Here you can actually see the days and what you're going to be doing in each specific day. So with that being said, I hope that you have found this video to be helpful, and thanks for watching.